If you guys want to save 5% off on LEGO Star Wars, mystery boxes, CMFs, and more, be sure to use code LifeBrick at republicbricks.com. Link in the description. Use code LifeBrick. That's all capitals. L1 or LIF3BRICK at checkout to get 5% off your total order. It'll pretty much get you a couple dollars off, maybe pay for your shipping. So definitely use code LifeBrick at republicbricks.com. Best LEGO seller, best LEGO reseller out there. Totally recommend them. I've got a video on my channel showing some of the products, the mystery package. Definitely got my values worth, so be sure to use code LifeBrick at republicbricks.com. Thank you guys, and stay tuned for the video. Welcome back, guys. Tyler back again for the video. Bringing you LBS Responds Episode 2. And actually just realized before I started filming this, I'm wearing the same crew neck as I was last episode, so a little weird there, but I do wear other stuff. It's honestly been 2 weeks since the last episode, so kind of coincidental, but not really, I guess. So yeah, guys, in this video I've got quite a few questions, about the same as last time actually, maybe about 7 or 8 questions, about half and half on like kind of the personal kind of thing, and then half on the LEGO kind of side of things. So yeah, let's get right into it, guys. I'll start off with the bottom actually. Pretty much Kmark_MC asks, do you like tomatoes? Personally, I really don't. If I'm being honest, I've never been a big fan of like tomatoes, onions, and stuff like that. I will have a fresh cherry tomato here and there. They're not too bad. And then also tomato slice on like a really nice grilled burger on a nice summer day. I really don't mind a tomato slice on there, but on a casual day and like in salads and stuff, I do not like tomatoes at all. So that's the answer to that. Moving on to FMF Productions. His question is, if your house caught on fire and all of your collection got destroyed, what would you do? And when I was 10, I lost about $800 worth of LEGO to a house fire, still to this day, trying to get back those old sets. Pretty much, I do have insurance on quite a few of my items down here. Same with my dad, too. Pretty much anything expensive in the house and pretty much a lot of this stuff down here just because it is so, so much money between, stuff I've spent, stuff that he's spent. We do have insurance on pretty much everything, and there's video proof, enough videos on everything, haul videos and everything, where it's pretty clear what I have and what I kind of wouldn't have if I were to lie or something like that. Where I would be able to probably get back most of this, or at least the value for it, which at that point, I mean, as bad as it sounds, I've always kind of thought of the fact of if I just could get my value back for what I have in my collection, I feel like I'd make a much better collection out of that. Not that I necessarily want that, like I wouldn't want my basement to flood or get on fire or anything like that, but just a hypothetical there, that is something that has crossed my mind before. I wish I kind of just restart my collection and kind of make it how I want and better, I guess. But pretty much, I mean, that's what I would do. I mean, I pretty much have insurance on basically everything, and then, just be able to have all the video proof of what I've had, and then probably just restart a better collection in my eyes. So that's what I would do, but that's very sad, about the whole $800 worth of LEGO to a house fire. Still trying to get back, I guess that is what, I mean, at least a couple years ago. I mean, maybe, young, didn't have, insurance or anything, or just, the whole, it just maybe wasn't worth it at that time, but, of course, until it happens, you never know. So there's the answer to that. Our Mallstar 100 says, nice work, bro. I see the Pokemon TCG cards. Do you play Yu-Gi-Oh at all? I guess he's talking about all these back here. I don't play the Pokemon TCG at all. Like, I mean, I just don't. I've just never been able to figure it out, nor do I really have the time or need to. That's just not who I am. I think, I'm not really a big fan of, like, card games. I am, like, Uno and stuff, but, like Pokemon even. As much as I love, playing the Pokemon games and just love the whole kind of culture behind it, I always have since I was a kid. I've never been one to want to play the TCG. And at that point, I mean, I definitely don't play Yu-Gi-Oh! And I don't even collect it. I'm not a big fan of like animes like that. Yu-Gi-Oh!, Naruto, and everything. I've never been a big fan of those. So that's the answer to that. Bricks All Over asked if you had to give up one of your collections, kind of like Lego, Funko, Pokemon cards, Black Series, what would it be? That is very tough. It really is. I feel like Lego, of course, has to stay safe. And I really do I do have to say Funko would probably have to stay safe as well. And then out of Pokemon cards and Black Series, it's tough. And I would really maybe have to say, and as bad as it sounds, maybe Black Series. I get it, Star Wars and everything like that, but, it's a little bit repeating kind of what Funko is, like as in the fact of like, a lot of characters that are in Black Series are in Funko as well. so I can kind of get them through that way. And I already have plenty of like kind of doubles like that. Oh, I did get a haircut too, if you guys haven't noticed. I got this like a week and a half ago. Had to get one for the summer, so before you guys roast me on my hair, which I know some of you guys do, we got a haircut. But yeah, I would have to say probably Black Series, since I feel like Pokemon cards, again, like, even though I like Star Wars more than Pokemon, but Pokemon cards just, you know, if they weren't, like, at least it's kind of like, it brings a different type of fun to it. Since, like, you know, when I do open up, you know, this, it's a lot more fun than just staring at a Black Series. You know, at least I'm getting, you know, even if you get nothing out of like a pack like this, you're still getting the enjoyment out of your, you know, out of your couple bucks you spent on it. So I gotta say, like, just for enjoyment, I gotta say Pokemon cards over Black Series, and then Funko, because I can kind of collect anything, you know, Star Wars again, you know, I got Walking Dead ones, superhero ones, you know, I can kind of collect everything within Funko, and then Lego, just because it's such a big part of my life, you know, I feel like those are the three that I would keep out of that. Ember Forever asked, what is the set you wanted most as a kid but could not get? That would have to be... See, it's tough to really remember what I wanted most, since... I mean, if I'm being honest, when I was younger, I mean, I pretty much did get everything I wanted. Like, I mean, I guess you could argue maybe, like, the Death Star way back in, like, 2010, you know, was probably one I was asking for a lot. I mean, to be honest, I almost remember asking for it when my parents and I went down to the downtown Lego store in Chicago. I'm pretty sure I was asking for them for that, but of course that's $500, and then I ended up walking away with like a 2008 AT-AP and a couple of Clone Walker battle packs and stuff like that. So, I mean, not necessarily I feel like that's what I wanted most. I feel like just kind of me being a kid and being like, oh, it's a huge set, $500 or $400 or whatever, you know, can I get it kind of thing. But, I mean, looking back, I mean, kind of what I wish I wanted most as a kid, because I might have gotten it, was the AT-OT with the dropship, since it is like, it was only $250. You know, I could have got it as like, you know, my bigger Christmas gift or birthday gift. But I gotta say, probably the Death Star is what I maybe asked for the most back in the day. Frank's Fantastic Bricks asked, you have a great video. Looking forward to Coruscant. If you could build a mock from the Clone Wars series with a limited budget and space, I presume he means what would it be? And I'd probably have to give that to a huge scale Geonosis mock. It's something I've always wanted to do, make a huge scale Geonosis mock. You know, even if it's based off like the landing at Point Rain and stuff like that. Like, I had plans to do that, but of course that fell through. You know, a lot of money, a lot of time would have been put into that. But I'd have to say probably Geonosis mocks, you know, from the Geonosis arc in the Clone Wars. Then we're going to Prey E, it looks like. If you had to put one named character in a battle pack, who would it be? That's a tough one. You know, I'd have to give it to some named character that can be reused, I'd say. Like, not necessarily like a Luke Skywalker or anything like that, but I mean, if you really want to, I mean, I would have to maybe say like Commander Appo. I mean, does that count? You know, since it is a 501st clone, and Appo pretty much has no other designs on him. I think aside for, doesn't he have an arrow on his chest or on his helmet, I think, but I think that's about, I'll throw up a picture of him probably. But something like Appo, because even Rex and Cody are too unique, I feel. So like Appo or something like that, I feel like it would be the best, or something like, or just even, I mean, you could argue even like a Clone Wars like Phase 1 Heavy, or you know, something like that, or Echo like on the Rishi base, since you know it's just a plain Clone Wars clone that you could say it's Echo, but and then you know you reuse them kind of. So I mean, something like that. It'd have to be something that could be reused, even if it is a name character, since it's not a big enough difference. So there's a couple ideas for that. Kai Love says, thanks for answering my questions. It definitely made my day. I got a question. What's the rarest minifigure in your collection? I would have to give that to pretty much anything on this base plate. But I do got to say, out of the stuff on this base plate, if you guys can see that, you guys should be able to. It'd have to be the Chrome Darth Vader right here in the front. I pulled this out of the poly bag back in the day, legitimately, you know, right out of the Assassin Droid Battle Pack. I got it from my cousin when I was in Georgia. She picked me up a battle pack just as kind of like a, she knew I liked it, and my cousins are way older than me. I'm the youngest one pretty much in like my core family, so I was like probably 8 at the time. She was probably like 25 or so. She picked me up a battle pack before I left. I think it was actually between her and my aunt picked me up like that battle pack, and then you know, I pulled the Chrome Darth Vader. I had no clue what it was, but of course I opened it back in the day. Do I regret it? Yes, I do, but that's definitely probably the most expensive figure. Even opened, he still goes for like $100, $125, so that's definitely the rarest one. And what minifigures do you want to buy in the future and why? My eventual goal is to have one of every Star Wars minifigure. I know I'm not on the path to do that at all right now, but that would be a nice thing, kind of like what Rich Boy Jay is doing. You know, having a nice display somewhere of all my Lego Star Wars minifigures, you know, one of each. And I mean, that's pretty much my goal, I guess. There's really nothing else I want to buy in particular unless I get them all, since, I mean, I could just say, like, I want to get, like, the original Cloud City Boba Fett, but then once I get him, I'm obviously going to want something more, like the Chrome Gold C-3PO. Like, I'm not just going to get minifigures and then kind of stop wanting them, if you know what I mean. So, there's my answer to that. Then he just says, thanks for the vids, keep the vids coming. Timmy says, great video, man. And then the final question for this video. I don't want to jeopardize this name, but since I believe it's in German, but you guys will see it on the screen down here. He pretty much asked the most underrated Lego Star Wars set. And that's a tough one, guys. I mean, it really is. I mean, I got to really put some thought into that. Let me think about it for a second, then I'll come back, guys. Okay, so I thought about it for a second. I kind of looked around my room, and that's a really tough question to really direct onto one set. I mean, if I had to say anything about that question, it might be just... See, it's tough to say if it's underrated or overrated, though, because to some people, I mean, an overrated set was once underrated. I mean, wasn't it kind of, or vice versa? I mean, I definitely got to say underrated. I mean, possibly some of the Clone Wars sets that came out back when the Clone Wars was a thing, just for the fact of nowadays, people didn't maybe buy it up as much. And then, the Clone Wars sets now are kind of overrated. People are paying more and stuff like that for sealed ones. But that's kind of a tough one, guys. If you guys have a direct answer to that, leave one down below, or a direct idea. I mean, underrated, it's really tough. I'm looking at all my vehicles up there, even. I mean, it really is kind of a tough one. I mean, maybe like the Separatist shuttle, or like the Palpatine's shuttle, something like that, just for the pure fact. I mean, we haven't got a remake yet. We probably won't anytime soon. And the Palpatine's shuttle, I know, didn't sell that well from what I believe. And now it's going for a hefty price on resale. So maybe like the Palpatine shuttle, but that's pretty much all I can say about that question, honestly. So, yeah, guys, thanks for watching this extra long episode of this LBS Responds. Leave your questions down below again. I mean, I'm going to try to answer about every single one in the next video. I'll probably try to keep it to like maybe 8-question limit, but I kind of want to just make a long one this time. So, yeah, guys, I want to thank you guys all for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Stay tuned for us. See you guys later. Bye.